Let's talk about disposal of asset and its accounting treatment with reference to depreciation. An asset can be disposed either at the end of its useful life, or it can be disposed during its useful life. And when asset is disposed, we have to compare the sale proceeds with book value. If sale proceeds are greater than book value, then there is a profit element, and if sale proceeds are less than book value, there is a loss element which have to be recorded in P&L. And we know that depreciation can be either adjusted against the asset, or it can be accumulated through a separate account also, through provision for depreciation account. Correct? So let's see what are the entries will pass. Probably I'll show that through ledger so that it will be easy for us to appreciate the entries. So if an asset is purchased, what we do? Asset account will be debited and bank or supplier account will be credited. So asset account debit and credit goes to bank account. And if depreciation is routed through asset account, what we do? We'll say depreciation account debit, asset account credit. So on the credit side of asset account, we write depreciation. And if the asset is sold, when there are proceeds, debit the receiver of benefit, bank receives it, bank account debit, asset account credit. So we say by bank account. Okay, so I'll try to put some numbers here. Asset purchased for, let's say, 10 lakhs, depreciation provided for 2 lakhs. So what is the book value of the asset now? 10 lakhs minus 2 lakhs, 8 lakhs. Let me put that. I'll say scenario 1, scenario 2. In scenario 1, what is the book value? 8 lakhs. Scenario 2 also book value is 8 lakh. In scenario 1, sale proceeds. Let's look at the sale proceeds in scenario 1. It is 9 lakhs. So here I say 9 lakhs. What is the book value? 8 lakhs. Sale proceeds is 9 lakhs. So there is a profit element. It means profit should be credited. And in turn asset should be debited, right? So we say asset account debit to profit and loss account. How much? 1 lakh. So in this way you can ensure 11 lakh both sides. This is one way of approaching this. We'll also have another option. That is scenario 2, book value is 8 lakh and it is sold for 6 lakhs. Sale proceeds is 6 lakhs. It means there is a loss. Because 8 lakh worth asset sold for 6 lakhs, there is a loss of 2 lakhs. So what will happen? Here you will have only 6 lakhs. 2 plus 6 is 8. Whereas already here you have 10. Okay, to avoid confusion, let me clear the previous items. Okay, now let's see. What was the bank entry? We said it was purchased for 10 lakh. Depreciation provided as 2 lakh. Now what has been received? It is only 6 lakh. Only 6 lakh is received. It means on the credit side the total is 8 lakh. On the debit side it is 10 lakh. So on the debit side it is higher. Let me clear all this. Okay. So higher side total only you should carry, right? Okay. So here we say 10 lakh, 10 lakh. And already we have understood that there is a loss of 2 lakh. And this loss should be debited to P&L. So entry should be P&L account should be debited and asset account should be credited. How much? By 2 lakhs. And that's what we are going to do now. by P&L account. Okay, by P&L account, how much? 2 lakhs. Now you see 2 lakhs, 6 lakh, 2 lakh, totaling 10 lakhs. So what we can infer from this is what are the entries that we have to pass. Okay, I'll write down the entries, just listen. When the asset is purchased, what entry is passed? When the asset is purchased, asset account debit to bank, agreed. When depreciation is provided, what is the entry passed? Depreciation account debit to asset account. Okay. When asset is sold, what was the entry? Bank account debit to asset. When there was a profit on sale of asset, we recorded this side, right? Okay. So entry will be asset account debit to P&L account. This is for profit. And when there were loss, when there was a loss, what was the entry? P&L account debit, P&L account debit to asset account, to asset account. This is for recording the loss. Okay. In case instead of routing the depreciation in the asset account, if separate depreciation is maintained, that is provision for depreciation account is maintained, then what will happen? Whatever the depreciation that is accumulated, that will get transferred. Okay, in that case, how we do? Let's write that. Let me put that. First, we'll have an asset account. Okay. Then we will also have provision for depreciation account. Provision for depreciation account. Now listen carefully. When asset is purchased, what entry will be passed? Asset account debit to bank account. Okay. When depreciation is provided for that asset in that year, what entry will be passed? Depreciation account debit to provision for depreciation. So here we write by depreciation account. By depreciation account. Okay, this will be repeated year after year. Okay. So this is the depreciation for the first year. At the end of the year, this will get carried on, right? Then again, you will have the next year depreciation. So this will continue because depreciation account debit to provision, it has been created. So here you say to balance carry down, close. For the next year again, by balance brought down. Then again for the next year you provide depreciation. So you have accumulated position to balance carry down. Let's say the sale happens in the third year, by balance brought down. Okay. Then what happens? You provide for the current year depreciation by depreciation. But you are not going to carry down, rather you are going to take it to the asset account. To asset account, because asset is getting sold. So in the third year, when you record by bank account for capturing the sale of the asset, you also have another entry, provision for depreciation account debit to asset account. So you have to write by provision for depreciation as well. So by passing this entry, what do you get to know? You will be able to compare the original cost with accumulated depreciation. So you get the net book value, and that is compared with the bank balance. And if there is a profit, you will write on the debit to P&L account. And if there is a loss, you will write on credit by P&L account. Okay, that's it. So we can reduce this as an accounting entry as well. In case provision for depreciation account is maintained instead of capturing depreciation in the asset account every year, then every year the entry for depreciation will be depreciation account debit to provision for depreciation. That is fine. But in the year of sale, what is happening here? Provision for depreciation account is debited and asset account is credited. Provision for depreciation account is debited and asset account is credited. In this way, accumulated depreciation is getting transferred to asset account. Right? Thanks for watching this video, and I hope you like this lecture. If you wish to learn more on the areas related to this topic, check our comprehensive course. I have shared the details and link in the description below. Click sign up and enroll. I'll see you inside the course.